All right, hold up. Save your thumbs. Gaming for the older crowd has never been better. I'm going to give you 3 genres in which we thrive. If you're like me, gaming since the early days, Atari, Intellivision, ColecoVision even, you've probably played first-person shooters. Remember when Halo 2 multiplayer dropped? Man, I lost so much sleep playing with my buddies up until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And then from that, games got a little more sophisticated. We started playing Battlefront and Call of Duty. That is before those games became annual regurgitations of themselves. Then something happened. A bomb called Fortnite hit the gaming landscape. An all-out battle royale where you dropped into a shrinking map and had to dash to hope and find the better weapons before your opponents did. Now here was the kicker. It was free, and it dropped in the middle of summer. So guess who crowded that game? Yep, the squeakers, the kiddies, the 12 to 20 crowd, whose reflexes are faster than a fly dodging your swatter. Since 2010, yeah, 2010. Since 2017, when Fortnite dropped, there have been countless copycat games. I mean, a ridiculous amount, all with similar gameplay loops, and all more chaotic and frenetic than the last. The real sad part is this style of gameplay is bleeding into other games, not only of that genre, but starting to spread into other genres. Just about every shooter that comes out with battle passes and ridiculous colored skins and racing to get the best weapon, and I mean it's changed the shooter from something tactical that I really used to enjoy about it, working together with a squad, into something that's just seemingly pure luck. If you find the right weapon, good for you. If you don't, well, you're SOL. The good news is there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for those of us who have aged out of the button mashing club. Games where the emphasis is more on our brain rather than on our reflexes. So let's get into it. Here's the 3 genres. Genre number 1, and in no particular order, deck builders. When I first got into PC gaming a few years ago, I was just cruising stream and I happened upon a game called Slay the Spire. In it, and others like it, you play one of a number of characters and battle through a set number of increasingly difficult waves of enemies trying to get to the end and defeat the head honcho. Through the game, players build a deck of cards and trinkets and different buffs of varying defensive and offensive values. Now the fun for me comes in the randomness of the cards. However, this is just scratching the surface of the genre. This is just one game. There are head-to-head games, games with multiple opponents, both human and AI. And one of the hidden gems that I've found in the genre is a game called Balatro. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. A fresh spin on 5-card draw with so many innovative mutations to the gameplay, it'll take a couple of runs to get the hang of it. The beauty of this genre is Balatro, Slay the Spire, Monster Train, and so many others. Every game is different due to the randomness and procedural generation of the game. The next genre, number 2, colony builders. Have you ever asked yourself, or thought to yourself, that you could run your town better than your local mayor? Or starship better than Captain Kirk? How about taking your farmland and turning it into a thriving metropolis? These are just a handful of the game styles you'll find when looking through the genre. Honestly, whatever your form of fiction might be, there's a game, probably games, space, medieval, frontier, turn of the century, you name it, and it's to be found. Most of them play in real time, meaning things happen in game that require immediate attention and they need to be acted upon immediately. However, and here's the reason for inclusion on the list, most of them can be paused while you analyze the situation and figure out the best course of action. The town needs a well before the citizens die of thirst. Well, pause the game and figure out where's the best place to put it. Your spaceship's on fire. Pause the game and see which crew member is closest. To add to the fun, consider a game like Frostpunk. Well, I don't know about fun. Challenging. Definitely challenging. You lead a displaced band of survivors through the frozen waste and create a settlement. Easy, right? Well, the point of the game, survive. That's it. It's plain and simple, just survive. And if you do, well, I'll simply say this game is not for the faint of heart. There are some serious tough decisions that you have to make. On to number 3. Personally, I'm playing a heck of a lot of these kind of games right now. That's turn-based strategy, and I'm going to include tower defense in this. In all of them, the beauty lies in taking your time and planning your next action or your next few moves to maximize the benefit of said action. Games like Battletech, Battle Brothers, and XCOM for the military-minded, Darkest Dungeon, and Urtuk is a little gem that I've recently found for the horror fantasy fan, and Tower Dominion and Bloons for the tower defense crowd. I've been playing a heck of a lot of Tower Dominion, and I think it's a breath of fresh air for the tower defense genre. It's really slick. The maps are always different. The random generation of the towers that you get and the order in which you get them are always different. There's different commanders to play with. There's only one winning point. You just have to survive the set number of waves depending on your difficulty. But man, it's a blast. The key to all of this, and really the point of this video, is play what you like. I'm simply giving you 3 options that I think, as a maturing gamer, you would excel at. And the fun is really finding what your genre is. Where is your sweet spot? What do you most like playing? And the best thing about it is there are so many games on Steam, they won't break your bank. Some of these games, and what I really appreciate about it, is that they're made by small independent teams, or even just 1 or 2 guys, because they love making games. They just want to make a great game, and they have a real passion about it. Some of these games, some of the smaller games, actually probably most of them, release in early access, which means you're probably playing a beta or something that's close to launch or just getting some final polish put on it. But you know that going in. So your expectations may be a little bit lower, and the price tag usually reflects that. A $5 game. Heck, I have $10 games, $5 games in my library that I have hundreds of hours in and have been, I got for $5-10, like I said. And they've released now, and they've released at a higher price tag, $20, $25, whatever the case may be. But with Steam and with the early access games, the developer wants your feedback. So yes, you're kind of playtesting the game. Yes, you're putting out money for it. But one, it's a lot less than you would normally. Heck, it's a lot. How much more inexpensive is it than these AAA games that are putting out $70 unfinished games? All right, enough of my soapbox. I'm sorry. I've been against AAA gaming for so many years now. I haven't pre-ordered a game. Probably 8 or 9 years. I've gotten so fed up with it, and which is really one of the things that got me into PC gaming, is finding these genres that aren't just controller based. You can take your time. You can use your mouse and keyboard. You can sit back in your chair and just kind of chill out. You can pause the game and go spend time with your grandkids, or have your grandkids come and sit on your lap while you're playing it. My granddaughter, when she was a little bit younger, she'd come and sit on my lap, and we would name the characters, all the members of our family. The little people walking around our little towns and stuff like that would be named Nanny, Pop-Pop, Grammy, Pappy, Mom, Dad, things like that. What about you? What's your go-to genre? What do you like playing? What game that may be outside of the genre could you recommend to the rest of us? Maybe you've got a little hidden gem that you haven't told anybody about. Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. Let's build a community. Let's keep going. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you guys very much. We'll get another video out soon. Till then, game on.